Hi there, Gemini. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 18th of January. I think it's fair to say there's been quite a lot of intensity echoing around the heavens, and particularly around the things you share closely, intimately with other people, perhaps in a personal context, perhaps in business or finance, or perhaps it's just within yourself as this year has begun. Well, the great news is that this week on Thursday, the Sun makes its way into your sister air sign of Aquarius, which can give you a little bit of a breather in terms of giving you the desire to open up your world to wider and more varied vistas. Change is as good as a rest when the Sun is making its way through this part of your scope. However, you have to be aware there still remains a big emphasis of energy in Capricorn, which is all about that intensity. But Gemini, the planet of loving, which has been in your sector of relating since just before the end of last year, was checked at the start of last week, engaged and enlivened later on last week by Uranus, but this week squares up with Jupiter. When it comes to your hopes around where you live or what you want to achieve, particularly if you're wanting to make some improvements or you're negotiating or need to negotiate with a partner, it's important that you're not over optimistic about what the outcomes can be. If you're trying to get them on side, you need to be really realistic. And the more you are, the more they'll be persuaded. But there could be part of you that's really quite rebellious at the moment and almost wanting to buck convention, do your own thing, and especially when it comes to making potentially a big ticket purchase item. But this particular right angle between Venus and Jupiter is very self-indulgent. So if you are wanting to do something for yourself that benefits you more than someone else, just be aware of the ramifications, however much you are laying on the charm, which is entirely possible. But the Sun's arrival on Thursday can see you with a real appetite for travel, for higher education, or for just making some changes to your situation. So if you do feel restless or pinned in, the next 4 weeks is going to be a very interesting time. But how you discuss things and anything to do with travel, communications, really comes under the astral microscope even more, because on Sunday there is a full moon. Now, with your ruler Mercury still twisting backwards, be particularly conscious about what you're saying around contracts and any kind of agreement. If you are trying to pin something down, the detail is really going to be crucial, and the devil may well be there. So if someone's telling you something about the prospective prospects around property, a business matter, really take your time to scrutinize things, question them very carefully. Yet the wonderful thing is, Venus moves on Sunday too, and your love life can seriously heat up in the next 28 days. But this could also be a trigger for a breakthrough around a long-term financial situation, as long as you're playing things right and you'll just be conscious of the impact of what you're doing on other people or what they're doing on you. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.